The Lower Cape Outreach Council was born out of the first food pantry on the Lower Cape, in the Eastham Methodist Church, where it still sits today. 40 years ago, the Lower Cape Outreach Council provided our community with $4,500 of assistance. Today, that figure is more than $3 million annually. In 1987, the work moved out of the homes of our volunteers and into donated space in the basement of 19 Brewster Crossroad. In the years that followed, the demand for food pantries continued to grow, and LCOC expanded to include 8 additional food pantries throughout the Lower and Outer Cape.
It's not just about a pantry, it's not just about the food or clothing, it's what they do for the community, the fundraising they do, and the money that goes back to the people in the community. More communities have to do that because we're getting elderly, there's so many needs, and it seems like every time there's a need, there's a solution, and that keeps that community going and growing.
Before long, our founding volunteers realized that the needs in the community went beyond food insecurity, which led to the creation of our financial assistance program and Katie's Corner. We held our first Santa stop at the former Captain Elmer's in 1995. At the same time, we began working with the Greater Boston Food Bank so we could meet the rising demand for food. By 2007, LCOC hosted a food pantry in every town of the Lower and Outer Cape. In 2023, LCOC had the ability to purchase our home on Brewster Cross after over 35 years, ensuring our services are available for years to come.
So we do a lot of helping in other ways, whether it's to pay for a person's breaks or an unanticipated medical bill that they weren't expecting. Things happen in life. You can't always have a little kitty that's there ready for those expenses, and that's where LCOC comes into play.
All of these programs work to ensure that all the residents of the Lower and Outer Cape have access to all their basic needs.
Lower Cape Outreach has actually helped keep my mom and I in her home. We're so thankful for the Lower Cape Outreach, and I don't know what we would do.
All of the services LCOC has provided over the last 4 decades was made possible by all of you, our dedicated volunteers and loyal donors. Thousands have showed up to make our mission a reality.
We have much more to do. We need to continue to provide food to food insecure families, especially those with children. We need to continue providing emergency assistance because we all know that emergency needs will continue to happen. Our next 40 years will be as important as the last 40 years. We hope you'll help us achieve our mission to provide services and programs to our neighbors in need on the Lower and Outer Cape.